went from delivering breaking news in some of the nation's top markets to hitting rock bottom and fighting to survive. Former TV reporter Beth McDonough shares her story of personal life struggles, sobriety, and self-reinvention in her new memoir titled Stand By. And Beth joins us right now to tell us all about her new book, her story of resilience. Beth, thanks so much for speaking with us here in Boston.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm honored and humbled. I love Boston.
So excited about this conversation. So your life back in the early 2000s, it seemed pretty normal, right? You were a TV crime reporter, you were in several top markets, and then several things changed. You had some life events, all in a matter of a couple weeks. For viewers who are maybe not so familiar with your story, can you, if you're comfortable, tell us about when you hit rock bottom and kind of the different events that got you there?
Absolutely. So there were many events in a very short span, as you mentioned. My mother passed away, a romance ended, my contract in television wasn't being renewed at a station in Philadelphia. And so I knew I was going to have to uproot and move again. And my mother passed away. Then my father had a quadruple bypass, all of this in 1 month. And, you know, when you're kind of in the middle of the storm, you deal with it, as we do in TV news. And I never really had time to grieve and kind of deal with that, which is not an excuse. It just explains the stress going on in my life that goes on in other people's lives. So I really didn't have time to deal with the grief. And when I finally got my father healthy and my mom buried, and I went back to Minnesota, I noticed that I started drinking more. And, you know, after work, after the late news, we would go out and maybe blow off some steam afterwards, and maybe, you know, so we didn't take what we saw that day home to our families. But that became increasingly more frequent for me. And then I would realize that instead of going to one liquor store on the way to the TV station, I'd hit a different one and a different one each time. So the store clerks maybe wouldn't put together that I was coming there all the time to get wine. And then I also noticed that I was cutting back on some things in my life so that I could afford to drink, which is just insane, but that's what alcoholics do and alcoholic thinking. So I really noticed that my drinking was getting out of control. And then that was, you know, to put an exclamation point on it, I got my first DUI in 2007, about a month after the 35W bridge collapsed into the water in Minneapolis. And I was covering that and working nonstop. And I got in a little bit of trouble for that, you know, a little blurb in the paper. I was suspended. You know, I certainly got a pretty good tongue lashing from my boss at Fox News at the time. And then I had to go to therapy for a year. But I was able to keep my job, which is unheard of because Fox has a zero tolerance policy. My boss said, if you need help, we'll get you help. You know, we'll send you to treatment right now. And denial being a powerful thing that it is, and no one wants to be labeled an alcoholic. Certainly I didn't. And I had resisted that notion for so long because I thought there was a stigma to it. But I told my boss, you know, no, this will never happen again. And I meant that. But you realize over time, you don't control alcohol, it controls you. And a year later, I got my second DUI. And that's how my book starts, Stand By. It's not a soft start. I open up very first chapter. Readers join me when I wake up from a blackout. I'd been in a blackout the entire weekend in a jail cell. And when I woke up, there was a group of women standing around watching the television, which is what you do to pass time. And lo and behold, my mugshot popped up on that TV. And that's kind of when I came to on the cot in the jail cell. And I knew then my life would no longer be what I had known it to be, that everything would change. And I knew I would be fired after that. And, you know, and these women were talking about me. This was really unusual for me, or surreal. They're talking about, oh, this woman, her life is over. Her life is ruined. She's a train wreck. And I thought, oh, they have no idea. They have no idea. My life is a train wreck right now. And that's what I kind of noticed.
And we're so used to reporting the news, to see yourself on the news. I truly can't imagine what a wake-up call. And I have to ask, what was that next step? Like, what was that like, then overcoming the addiction, rebuilding? Because if your book starts when you're in the jail cell, I'm sure there's a lot more about how you got yourself to a better place.
Absolutely. And I do want to say, first and foremost, everybody needs something that will get their attention or resonate. And when my boss fired me, and I loved my boss and I love where I work and love my job. And, when you're kind of known as the heavy hitter and someone says to you, you are no longer needed, we don't need your services. That was my wake up call. That was the gut punch that really got my attention. And when he said that, he also, had me sign some paperwork and said, there's a taxi cab waiting for you. It can take you home or take you to treatment. You decide, but you are fired and you're not welcome here again. So that was my wake up call. And I knew by the time this came around, I knew I had a problem. I needed help. I wanted help. I didn't want to be this person. And in news, you get a strong backbone, right? You have to. And we're very strong people, and we don't tend to like to ask for help because it's usually us against the world. And I never wanted to ask for help. But what I realized in this, asking for help actually magnified and amplified the resources that I had access to get better. So I went to treatment for 30 days at Hazleton Betty Ford. I continued therapy after that. I did an aftercare program, which is 6 more months of treatment, essentially, but more outpatient. I had a sober roommate. I committed to complete abstinence. I sold all the barware in my house. I gave away all my alcohol. And my new mantra in life is just abstinence, completely alcohol free, because my friends and colleagues used to say when I would have one drink, I would go from 0 to 100. It just affected me so much. And in treatment, you kind of learn the medical reasons behind that. And one of the things that I learned, which isn't widely out there, is that women were already at a disadvantage when we drink because our body absorbs 30% more alcohol than men's. And that's because we have more fat in our bodies. Men have more water, so alcohol absorbs in water. So if a man has the same amount of drinks that you do as a female, it's going to hit the female much, much harder. That was pretty eye-opening to me, and it helped to explain also why I went from 0 to 100 so quickly with the drink. And since then, abstinence is just how I operate. Drinking is not an option for me.
And you said after the first DUI, you're going to different liquor stores, so they don't recognize you. You were in denial. You didn't want to talk about it. Your book talks about now your several years of sobriety. How did you flip that switch where now you're so comfortable talking about it? You wrote a whole memoir about it. What flipped for you to start being so open about this journey?
What an important question. So thank you for asking that. When I first was writing the book, I was on house arrest for 37 days, which is a lot of time to be up in your head and thinking about all the bad things you've done to people and all the amends you have to make, and you've got a lot of wrongs to right. So I started writing the book because I was stuck at home, and I thought I just need to vent and get this gunk out of me. And when you hear the story initially and you see the headlines and you see the mugshots, you think you know what happened, but when you're a hard-charging crime reporter who's asked a lot of hard questions of people over the years, I had to answer some hard questions now, and I was being held accountable, and I was ready for that. And I wanted people to know when I was writing the book, I started off writing it because it was therapeutic for me. But then as I got going, I thought, I am starting to have a lot of life experiences and lessons and insight and information that could be helpful to other people when you're trying to resurrect your life. And because I was really stuck at the end of it, it's very hard to fight your way out of financial penalties, being sued, losing your job, losing your home, going broke. That's rock bottom. And that was my rock bottom. And I also knew being in news, it's up to us usually to make our life or our story what it is. And I thought people think they know what happened and what happens when you're in jail, and the surreal stories that happened in jail. Like one of my cellmates was a member of MAD, Mothers Against Drug Drivers, and she'd been arrested for her second DUI. Another cellmate, I will say, coughed out of private parts a Ziploc baggie with substances. And you see this inside the jail, and it was just such a moment of, wow, Beth, this is a whole new low. You have to dig your way out, and it's up to you to accept help, ask for help and accept it, acknowledge it, own it. And I owned that I did this to people, they didn't do it to me. So I needed to do all of the redevelopment. And, you know, I'm not a very good quitter, which was great for me as a reporter, but terrible for me as an alcoholic. But so I had to quit that, absolutely had to quit that, and take accountability that I did this to others, they didn't do this to me, and now it's up to me to make things right with everyone. And in this process, because I've now seen it on both sides of the coin, I've covered people who've been arrested, now I've been arrested and been in jail. I wanted to take people in behind the scenes to show them, here's what happens. This is the process. It's awful, and that's the point. I mean, this is punishment. There are consequences. But you're also given opportunities to heal yourself if you accept those opportunities. And I've been through the fire, and I want to show people how to find their spark again, because my life is so much better now than it was even back then when I thought I was at the top of my game. I wasn't.
And before we let you go, you talk about taking accountability. That's so much easier said than done. I can't imagine how difficult that was. So for anyone who might be listening to this, anyone who plans to read your book, do you have any advice or words of wisdom? And maybe it's not even, you know, alcoholism or addiction, just anyone who's in a time of desperation or loss, any like guiding words or anything that really helped you get through that time?
2 words. They're so simple and they're so easy, but they have gotten me through so much over the years. 2 words: hold on. I used to drink late at night, and so early in sobriety, you're trying so hard, whether it's, you know, your challenge is addiction or something else, you're in the thick of whatever your battle is. And I kept telling myself, Beth, hold on. If you can start to get one day under you sober, one day becomes 2. And then becomes 3 and becomes 4. And that was something that was very helpful to me. Also in a meeting, my sponsor had asked me one time, and she said, you don't look like you feel very good today. And I said, I don't, I feel terrible. And she goes, good, terrible is good. So whatever your challenge is, because if you feel terrible, you don't want to stay in that spot. You want to rise again. And shame is a powerful thing. It can hold you back regardless of whatever your affliction is, and you power through that. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and hold on, because each day will start to stack on top of each other.
Great advice. Beth McDonough, author of Stand By. Thank you so much for joining us and telling us a little bit about your book. And best of luck to you on your journey, which I know is never ending.
It's never ending. And thank you for letting me share the message. I hope that this story finds the soul that needs to hear it and the inspiration that they need going forward. Thanks for your time.
Thanks so much, Beth. And if you're struggling, there is help available right here in Massachusetts. Just call the addiction hotline. It's that number right there on your screen. It is 866-210-1303.